Alright, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you've seen all of these pictures before. I used them at the very beginning when I first started the channel. These were from a road trip we took in 2016 up the West Coast, up Highway 1. Best road trip I've ever taken. Enjoy. And welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today is day 13 of the 365-day trivia road trip. This is a full year of random trivia quizzes. There's 20 questions in the front. There's a question 21 tiebreaker at the end of every video if you need to stick around for that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and good luck. Question number 1. This man sits between liberty and victory in a fresco by Constantino Brumidi on the inside of the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. The iconic portrait of this man was painted by Gilbert Stuart. In a painting by Emmanuel Lutz, what man faces left and holds his hand over his heart as he stands up on a boat? The answer is George Washington. Question number 2. This man became angry when he saw Johann Tetzel selling indulgences. What was the name of this German leader of the Protestant Reformation who was condemned by Leo X in Exsurge Domine? This leader of the Protestant Reformation was Martin Luther. Question number 3. This is the elementary particle that makes up light and ultraviolet radiation. Calling it a particle, though, is a bit of a misnomer because it also exhibits wave properties. What is the name of this tiny particle with no charge, no mass, that travels at the speed of light? The answer is a photon. Question number 4. In this novel, Carson kills Candy's decrepit dog and Curly's wife lets a character stroke her hair, but he eventually kills her. What is the title of this John Steinbeck novel about the migrant workers George and Lenny? The answer is Of Mice and Men. Question number 5. Before going away for battle, King Arthur left his nephew temporarily in charge of Camelot. What was the name of this power-hungry man who soon wanted the kingdom for himself, which resulted in a sword fight between him and Arthur that ended in the deaths of both of them? The man who fatally wounded King Arthur was named Mordred. Question number 6. This man's bands included his Hot 5 and Hot 7. What is the name of this jazz musician, nicknamed Satchmo, who, as a vocalist, is famous for both scat singing and the song What a Wonderful World? What a Wonderful World was a very famous song by Louis Armstrong. Question number 7. This statue in the Louvre depicts a goddess of love with a drapery wrapped around her waist. What is the name of this priceless ancient Greek sculpture carved from marble that is famously missing its arms? The answer is the Venus de Milo. Question number 8. Smaller islands that are a part of this nation include the Chatham Islands and the Stewart Islands. The Cook Strait separates the two main islands of what country, whose smaller main island contains the old capital city of Auckland? This country is New Zealand. Question number 9. What is the name of the city in Texas that is the site of Baylor University, and in 1993 it saw a standoff between FBI agents and the residents of a Branch Davidian compound? Looking for the name of the Texas city. The answer is Waco, Texas. Question number 10. This man helped co-found a settlement in the Indiana Territory where his brother was defeated by William Henry Harrison. That defeat occurred during the Battle of Tippecanoe. What is the name of this leader of the Shawnee that attempted to unite all of the Indian tribes in the early 1800s? His name was Tecumseh. Question number 11. In addition to the Crab Nebula, this constellation also contains the Pleiades. Its beta star, Alnath, is found next to Auriga, while its alpha star is Aldebaran. What is the name of this constellation that depicts a bull? The Bull constellation is Taurus. Question number 12. In the 19th century, its growth was aided by the Erie Canal, which brought settlers west from the Hudson River Valley. What U.S. state's largest city is composed of 5 boroughs, including Staten Island, Queens, and the Bronx? That city is New York City. The U.S. state is New York. Question 13. This person was given command of the 7th Panzer Division, which earned the nickname Ghost Division under his command. Who was this Nazi general who led the North Africa Corps and was nicknamed the Desert Fox? The answer is Rommel, Erwin Rommel. Question 14. This man explored the properties of the ore pitchblende with his wife. That wife later won a second Nobel Prize for her work isolating radium, and then named the element polonium after her native country. What is the last name of physicist Pierre and his wife Marie? Their last name was Curie. Question 15. Though not necessarily the same length, the diagonals of this quadrilateral bisect each other. If all 4 sides of this type of figure are of equal length, the figure is a rhombus. What is the name of this shape drawn from the 2 intersecting sets of parallel lines? The answer is a parallelogram. Question 16. The treaties of Velasco were signed following this leader's capture after the Battle of San Jacinto, and he was responsible for the deaths of Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett. What is the name of this self-styled Napoleon of the West, a Mexican general infamous for his attempt to seize the Alamo? name was General Santa Anna, Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. Question 17. Agamemnon took Briseis from this figure, which caused him to refuse Agamemnon's commands to fight until his friend Patroclus died. As revenge for that death, this hero killed Hector. What was this Greek hero's name? The man who killed Hector was Achilles. Question 18. This former servant of Count Almaviva sings his name over and over again in Largo el Factotum, an aria from a Rossini opera. What is the name of this barber of Seville who gets married in a Mozart opera? The answer is Figaro. Question 19. The debris they leave behind is often called a moraine. What is the name of these large, long-lasting accumulations of snow and ice found in places such as a namesake Montana National Park? That national park is called Glacier National Park. The answer is Glacier. And question 20. Camp Green Lake is infested with yellow-spotted lizards and has employees including the warden, Mr. Pendanski, and Mr. Sir. In what novel about Stanley Yelnats IV, written by Louis Sachar? Stanley Yelnats IV was from Holes. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of ROADTRIpVIA. I know you've seen these pictures and stuff before if you've been watching the channel, but this is from our road trip. I think it was almost 6,000 miles. We changed the oil twice on the trip. It was about a month long. We went a little bit down Route 66 and drove every mile of Highway 1, the Pacific Coast Boulevard, PCB, where it all starts. Best road trip I've ever had. If you like stuff like this, subscribe to the channel. We do videos and pictures like this and trivia like this every single day. Here is question 21, the tiebreaker for today. A doll named Barbie launched onto the American toy market, sporting a black and white striped bathing suit, pouty red lips, and a sassy blonde ponytail. What year was the first Barbie doll introduced? The first Barbie doll came out in 1959. So if you're playing against somebody, whoever got closest to that year gets the point, breaks the tie, and wins for today's ROADTRIpVIA contest. Thank you guys for watching. Check back tomorrow for day number 14.